Look, here's the thing about retirement. Your biggest risk isn't running out of money. Crazy, right? Most people think about not having enough. They stress over market crashes, inflation, or the next recession. But here's the kicker. Studies show that retirees often spend less and less as the years go by. Imagine this. You work for decades, saving diligently in your 401k. You watch your balance grow month after month. Then, you finally retire. Suddenly, instead of money flowing in, you have to start spending it. And that switch? It feels weird. Most retirees don't realize this, but the math actually encourages them to spend cautiously. They hold back on spending even when they can afford it. Some do it out of fear. Others just haven't given themselves permission to enjoy their money. According to recent research, 38% of retirees say they restrict their spending to prepare for unforeseen costs. Meanwhile, only 11% consider themselves to have a spending mindset. That means almost 4 times as many retirees keep saving, even after they've retired. Now, think about that for a second. You've spent decades building your nest egg. You've reached the point where you can finally use it, and yet many retirees still treat their money like it's sacred, untouchable. The result? A growing portfolio, more stress about making the right moves, and experiences missed along the way. Here's something you need to know. Spending too little can actually cost you happiness. Those early retirement years, when you have the health, the energy, and the desire to travel, try new things, and make memories, are fleeting. If you wait too long, those opportunities are gone. Be honest if you've been doing this. Comment 1. Don't just scroll past. Ask yourself, am I really going to enjoy my money, or am I leaving it on the table for someone else? Now, you might be wondering, why do so many retirees underspend? Well, part of it is psychological. Years of saving create a habit, a savings mindset. Even when you've reached the point where money is no longer a worry, your brain still tells you to hold back. Take Jordan, for example. She worked 40 years, saved diligently, and retired comfortably. But she still hesitated to book that European vacation or splurge on a hobby she loves. Why? Fear of the unknown, fear of market crashes, fear of running out, even when her portfolio was more than sufficient. Statistics back this up. 38% of retirees limit spending to prepare for unforeseen costs. Only 11% adopt a spending mindset. That means most retirees are still thinking like savers, not spenders. And it's not just fear, it's also uncertainty. Retirees are bombarded with conflicting advice. Some say, withdraw 4% a year. Others preach, die with 0. And financial media often emphasizes caution. Combine that with social pressure and the natural tendency to protect wealth, and it's no wonder people underspend. But here's the problem. Underspending can lead to lost experiences. The early retirement years are prime time. You have energy, health, and freedom. If you hold back too long, those moments, trips, adventures, family gatherings might never happen. Look, it's normal to feel cautious. You've been trained your whole life to protect money. But the real question is, how much caution is too much? How much are you leaving on the table just because you're afraid? If this hit a little too close to home, comment, me. I want you to pause and consider this. Are you letting fear dictate how you spend your own money? Or are you ready to start making choices that balance caution with enjoyment? Remember, your money is a tool. Time is the true scarcity. Protecting your portfolio is important, but not at the expense of living fully. Early retirement is a limited window. Use it wisely. Now, let's talk numbers. I promise it won't be boring. In fact, this is where most retirees get tripped up. They assume the day they retire, their portfolio starts shrinking. But that's not how it works. Take a retiree with a $1 million portfolio. Let's say they want to spend it down over 30 years. They plan to take $61,000 the first year and then adjust for inflation each year. That's called the die with 0 approach. Here's the interesting part. With reasonable assumptions, 8% annual growth and 3% inflation, that portfolio actually grows for about 10 years before it peaks. Even after it peaks, they don't start dipping into the principal until year 17. Why? Because the portfolio needs a cushion. Early on, investment gains help cover future spending increases due to inflation. The math is simple when you break it down. Your money grows first, then supports higher withdrawals later. Now, most retirees follow the 4% rule or something close. That means they withdraw even less than our die with zero retiree. In practice, their portfolios grow even longer and often aren't touched until the final decade of retirement, or sometimes not at all. Think about that. A 65-year-old couple, with life expectancy into their early 90s, may never actually spend their principal. And when they finally take required minimum distributions, they often just move the money from one account to another, paying taxes along the way. The takeaway here is clear. Early portfolio growth is normal. Seeing your investments rise in the first decade of retirement isn't a sign that you're being too conservative. It's how the math works. Understanding this can give you permission to spend. You don't need to fear using your money to live fully. Those early retirement years, the ones with health, energy, and freedom, are precisely when you should enjoy it. If you've been crunching numbers without clarity, this is your wake-up call. Understanding the math turns fear into confidence and lets you finally start living your retirement instead of just saving it. Now, let's get real. Retirement isn't just numbers. It's experiences, energy, and freedom. And here's a pattern many experts call the retirement spending smile. Think about your 60s, the go-go years. You have health, energy, and desire. You can travel, pick up hobbies, and make memories. Then come your 70s, the slow-go years. Energy dips, travel feels harder, and your spending naturally slows. Finally, the 80s, the no-go years. Health limits what you can do, and most spending focuses on essentials. Meet Alex and Taylor, both retired with similar portfolios. Alex spent early traveled, took cooking classes, and invested in experiences. Taylor held back, fearing market dips and unexpected costs. 20 years later, Alex looks back with memories and stories. Taylor has more money left in accounts, but missed much of the joy. Studies confirm this. Real spending declines about 1% per year on average in retirement. Many people unintentionally shift from active enjoyment to cautious survival. And that's exactly why early retirement years matter. So how do you make the most of your go-go years? First, know your numbers. Understand cash flow, taxes, inflation, and healthcare costs. Second, allow yourself spending bumps. If your portfolio grows 30% in 5 years, consider booking that dream trip or taking the grandkids to Disney. Third, plan experiences. Now don't wait until later when energy is low. Remember, money is replaceable, time isn't. $1 spent at 65 on a memorable adventure buys far more happiness than $1 saved at 85 on minor comforts. It's not reckless, it's optimizing for maximum life satisfaction. The real cost of underspending isn't just lost enjoyment. It's the regret of passing up experiences you could have had. Those moments, the stories, the laughter, once gone, they don't come back. If you're ready to start using your money to live fully, comment GO. Don't wait. Retirement is a limited window. Your portfolio may last decades, but your energy and health won't. Start living now, before it's too late. All right, let's wrap this up. You've seen the numbers. You understand why early retirement spending matters. Now, it's time to act. First, know your actual numbers. Run a full financial plan, not a back-of-the-napkin guess. Factor in Social Security, pensions, portfolio growth, taxes, inflation, and healthcare. Understanding the math gives you confidence to spend without fear. Second, build room for flexibility. Your plan isn't a straight line. Some years you may be up 30%, other years down 5%. Allow yourself to increase spending when the market gives you a buffer. Book that trip. Invest in experiences. Create memories that last a lifetime. Third, treat your early retirement years as a limited window. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. Experiences, now travel, learning, hobbies, offer more value than saving excessively for the distant future. Fourth, balance caution with enjoyment. You don't need to blow everything at once. A structured, conscious approach allows your portfolio to grow while you enjoy life today. The goal is to optimize happiness, not maximize inheritance. And remember the big picture. Your money is a tool. Time is the true currency. Don't let fear or outdated advice prevent you from living fully. Shift from protecting your money to using it strategically. No motivational quotes, just action. Comment GO if you're starting today. Make that first move towards spending wisely, experiencing fully, and living retirement on your terms. So, here's the bottom line. You've worked decades to build your wealth. Don't let it sit idle. Spend wisely, enjoy fully, and create the stories that make life rich. Retirement is your time to live, not just to save.